to school at Belmont Secondary.
Belmont Secondary, okay.
I go to school to East Macron.
East McCrapo. You guys gonna be involved in playing for school when you go back home?
Yeah.
Okay. So, question is, how long have you been playing football?
Uh, 7 years I've been here now.
7 years. How old are you now?
13.
13. And how old are you?
13.
Okay. And you, when did you start? Probably pretty young, right? So before 5 or after 5? 6 or 7. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your experience at this tournament. How has it been for you?
To me, the experience of this tournament is, well, it feels like it needs to keep up your fitness to play in this tournament and work on being tough and playing hard.
Being tough and playing hard. Okay, so talk louder. So you feel like you weren't 100% fit, or you feel that it was just very competitive as far as fitness?
Yeah, it was very competitive of fitness.
Okay, and you, Daniel?
Me? Yeah, I was doing fit. I should really make it.
But you all also realize that Mexico City is really, really high, like the altitude, so that could be an impact on the, obviously you guys just arrived at the beginning of the week, it takes time to adjust. So what you're kind of saying is that you felt the difference in the altitude, okay? But what do you think about the players that you face? What do you think about the quality of the players that you face? Big?
Yeah.
Okay, but people say in football size don't matter, so what about their ability aside from the size?
For their size, their ability was great.
Okay, and how do they compare to players that you normally would face in Trinidad?
Well, how they compare to players, well, they were really bigger than the players we face in Trinidad.
Okay, much bigger than the players you face in Trinidad. But what about the ability level with ball and that sort of
Yeah,
thing?
they can play with the ball.
Okay,
Basic.
basic. So if any of the teams that you faced here was playing in Trinidad regularly, how do you think you would do against them every week?
Yeah, we'll have giving them high pressure, challenging the ball, everything. Yeah.
High pressure, challenging the ball. So in other words,
the altitude will be different.
the altitude will be different. So maybe the circumstances of the game would have been different.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your ambitions in football? What do you want out of football?
To me, what I want out of football is to make my family proud and make my family live in a better environment.
Okay. So you want to go as far as you could go?
Yeah.
Professionally?
Yeah.
What about you?
I want my family to be proud of this swim team.
But you guys are here representing Jabloteh. You also representing Trinidad and Tobago. So I would imagine that your families are already proud, right? I mean, you feel pride being here?
Yeah.
Because not everybody gets this chance, right? So tell me a little bit more about what you think you need to do to become a professional player.
You have to eat the right food. Go and get good rest.
Okay, so diet, sleep,
Yeah. You need to respect your values
respect your values.
to become a professional footballer.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
Respect your values. You need to be, you need to have teamwork. You need to be a person that communicates with the team. You need to have respect. You need to have cooperation, and etc.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, so basically at U-13, you guys have about 5-6 more years playing youth football.
Yeah.
And all those things that you refer to are going to apply U-14, U-15, U-16. So what right now could you do to avoid falling off the track? How are you seeing the future?
Just keep in focus.
Keep in focus.
And don't follow bad company.
Not following bad company. Okay. I know you haven't seen a lot about Mexico, but what do you think about Mexico? What have you seen?
For me, the experience in Mexico is a hard country to live in.
Okay. In what sense?
Like money-wise and stuff.
Okay. 100 million plus people live in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like 100 times many more than live in Trinidad. So obviously it's a very competitive, very hustle-oriented society. What about you?
I experienced the altitude and
What have you noticed when you're driving, like from the hotel to the field or anything like that?
real tall buildings.
Tall buildings,
Very short people.
short people. Okay. While you're here, you miss Trinidad and Tobago?
Not so much.
You say not so much, you say yeah. So tell me about it, not so much.
I don't really miss Trinidad. I'm not missing Trinidad so much because of the nice living in this hotel.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. So that should be motivation then for you to continue wanting to play, right? Because you're gonna be living in nice hotels and so what it is you miss while you're here?
I miss away from my family.
Okay. But apart from that, anything else? Food?
Yeah.
Food, okay. What players do you have as players that you think about when you want to become a better football player? Who do you follow? Who do you emulate?
I follow Neymar Jr., Dwight York,
Neymar Jr., Dwight York,
Maradona, Wayne Rooney,
okay,
Abrahamovich, etc.
okay. A lot of those players are players that play your position.
Yeah.
So obviously you've been following ballers that you could try to get something from their style of play. All right. So if you had to choose one, which one would it be?
Neymar.
Neymar. Okay. Now notice you mentioned Maradona, but Maradona is from way back when. So
Yeah.
you've seen a lot of videos of Maradona.
Videos, yeah, videos.
Okay. So that tells me you've been studying the game.
Yeah.
I know your coaches tell you have to be a student of the game, right? Okay. So what about you?
Messi,
Okay.
Iniesta, Rakitic.
Rakitic. So that's an interesting one. A lot of young players don't even refer to Rakitic. What is it about Rakitic you like?
How we stay in the midfield and distribute the ball to the forwards.
Okay, that's true. Rakitic is a player that is not on the lips of everybody in world football, but he's one of the most underrated of the best players. Anybody else? Any players in the you watch any pro league football in Trinidad? Any players at home? Can't think of any. What about you?
Yeah. Alvin Jones.
Alvin Jones, okay.
Yeah, he's a good midfielder. And then we have San Juan from Jabloteh.
Okay.
He's a good midfielder too.
Think of any yet? We'll come back to that. So we talked a lot about your experiences. Have you played any tournaments outside of Trinidad yet? Or is this the first one?
No.
Canada.
In Canada?
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was that?
3 years ago.
3 years ago?
2013.
2013, okay.
But we also went to Canada next time to play friends.
Okay. All right. So you become an experienced player. When I watch you on the field, you're the captain of the team.
No, he's a captain.
You're the captain of the team, but you're a leader on the field as well. You're both
Yeah.
leaders, right? So I see players that show experience. Tell me what you do when your teammates aren't giving you the response that you want. How you motivate your teammates?
By telling them keep trying and don't give up.
You don't get frustrated with them? Okay. as we wrap up, tell me about the coaches you've had. Like, how many coaches have you had since you started playing?
2.
2. Who are your coaches?
Anthony Wickham
Okay.
and Mr. Jeffrey.
I had plenty coaches.
20 coaches.
Yeah, Anthony Wickham, Coach Jeffrey, Coach O'Brien, etc.
Okay. What do you all want Trinidad and Tobago to know? Tell me, from the point of view of under 13 players, what we need to improve our football. What do you need? What do we need to give you to help you get to where you want to get?
What Trinidad needs to give me is, Trinidad needs to have a lot of discipline to reach fine in international football.
Discipline. But what kind of support do you need?
Like,
Keep trying.
Okay. But off the field, you need anything think about it, like health, okay. But you have all the books you need, you have all the gear you need.
Equipment.
You need equipment.
yeah.
Okay.
You need sponsors.
Okay.
But it's not a little bit of money to just go here and here and there.
All right.
It's a lot of money.
And do you feel that you've had enough sponsorship and support?
No.
Okay, so you need sponsorship.
Yeah.
So, as we close this off, look in the camera and tell Trinidad and Tobago what you want them to know about the support you need, the sponsorship you need. Just put it in your own words.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago, we need sponsors, we need more equipment, we need a little bit of organization, and we need a little bit of serious coaches.
Okay. Now you have 2 serious coaches. I see them here. But how much interaction do you have, or have you had with past national team players, like, or current national team players? I mean, who do you know on the national team? Like Trinidad national team.
Jamal Williams,
Okay.
Joven Jones. Well, that was the only 2 I interact with.
Okay. What about you?
I talk with one.
Which one?
Jamal Williams.
All right. Excellent. Well, boys, go ahead. Denzel Theobald. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Denzel Theobald is a player that one of your coaches used to coach. You know that? So, obviously, I think he's had like 90, almost 100 caps for Trinidad and Tobago. So, are you guys thinking, what's the next big goal as far as putting on a Trinidad and Tobago national team shirt at youth level? What's the next stage, you think?
Next stage is to travel around the world and experience and come back and tell your friends and family.
Okay. Well,
Well, next stage is, as you said, travel around the world, try to qualify for under 17 World Cup and see if you can make your country proud.
okay, on the 17 World Cup. My last question is, going back to the size issue, right? What do you think you need to do, if anything, you think you need to get bigger and stronger?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Eat more healthier.
But let me ask you this. The reason I'm asking that is because one of your favorite players, Neymar Jr., is not a big player, right? So tell me about that.
He's not a big player, but he uses ability and he has a lot of speed.
Okay.
Lionel Messi is skillful on the ball.
Right, but he's not an extremely tall player.
He's short.
Okay. But are these players strong players?
Not really, but their mind,
Okay.
they're strong with their mind.
All right, so on that note, my wish for you guys is that you guys have continued success as young, upcoming footballers, and that you stay strong mentally, and that you apply the things that you that this experience has given you, and that your coaches imparted to you. Thanks for your time.